social media personalities, look into their personal lives, you may find, and same with the celebrities, you may find that on screen they appear jolly and happy, but in their private lives they may be the most miserable people on planet Earth. And so that kind of fame, it's a very hollow fame. It's like a veneer, like a surface. And the sad thing is that we live in a time now where everything has become about the outer. Everything is about the veneer. We live through social media, we live through our mobile phones. Everything has to be captured. You know, it's like people who go to Medina Munawwara for the ziyarat of the Prophet ﷺ. What could be greater than that for any believer? To visit his master ﷺ. And you see people taking selfies of themselves with their backs turned to the Prophet ﷺ. And I heard one of our teachers, he advised some students that went to perform Umrah with him. He said, you don't even need to go towards the Muwaja Sharif if you don't have to. The Prophet ﷺ is well aware of who is here and with what intention he has come. But if you feel the need to go onto that side, then you are not permitted to look up at the Jali Sharif. Your sight must be on the floor. This kind of adab you can only learn from the shuyukh who have these salasil, who have this connection with the Prophet ﷺ. Otherwise, those people who look at the zahir, they look at the deen on its apparent. It's similar to those people who are now looking at the dunya on its apparent. So we have these two extremes. Those people who have fallen for the dunya, and the dunya is an illusion. And then you have some people who also judge the deen by the zahir, and they miss the internal spirituality of the deen. My dear brothers, inshallah, I will be summarizing and wrapping up my topic in just a few minutes, inshallah. I was speaking about our condition, and this is not just affecting the Muslim community. This is affecting young people particularly in every community and from every background. All people, due to the global nature of the world that we live in, everyone is being affected by this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has mentioned this in the blessed Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَرَأَيْتَ مَنِ اتَّخَذَ إِلَهَهُ هَوَاهُ. Have you considered the one who has taken his own passion as a god? We seem to think that idol worship involves bowing before something, a physical thing, made of wood or stone or something else. But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs us in the blessed Quran that always doing what your ego wants you to do is also a kind of idol worship. And an individual who does that, who is constantly striving to satisfy his own desire, then that is what he is doing. He has taken his own desire as a god. Allah Hazrat Rahimahullah Ta'ala mentions this in his kalam also, advising us about the nature of the dunya. Suna jangal raat andheri chai badli kani hai sone walo jagte rahiyo choron ki rakhwali hai suna jangal raat andheri chai badli kali hai storm clouds gather your deserted and the night is darkest black. Idle sleepers stay awake for thieving eyes are on your back. Suna jang मंगल रात अंधेरी छाई बदली काली है। सोना पास है सोनापन है, सोना जहर है उठ प्यारे, तू कहता है नींद है मीठी, तेरी मत ही निराली है। All alone with gold in your hand, sleep is death, wake up my friend. You say sleep is such sweet bliss, so how your planning is aberrant. So I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant us an understanding of our purpose, and to appreciate that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with the aqidah of the Ahl Sunnah and given us these great chains to go by. I want to finish off just in a few seconds as to provide one or two solutions. I've highlighted a few problems. It would be not fitting to leave without presenting a solution to them also. What can you and I do to counter this problem of globalization and the social media onslaught that we are suffering from, and especially the youngsters? Number one, we can build a good, strong relationship with the local ulama from the Ahl Sunnah. You know, it is a very famous saying amongst the Sufiyai Kiram, Suhbate salih tura salih kunad, Suhbate talih tura talih kunad. That if you keep in the company and friendship of good people, you will become good. And if you keep the company of bad people, you will become bad. So one thing we can do is adopt the company of the pious ulama kiram. Number two, establish the prayer regularly. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala informs us in the blessed Quran that salah, it prevents from indecency and bad actions. So number one, good company. Number two, salah. Number three, filter your consumption of social media. You know, I don't have a television. So I was telling this to one of my students. He's a 10-year-old student of mine. I was telling him, I don't have a television. You can live without television. He said, Ustaji, you don't have a television. What do you do at home? You know, and another student, he was like, well, which direction do your sofas face if you don't have a television? Because the television is like the qibla of our sitting rooms. But, you know, we need to control and filter the social media that we are consuming, and especially our children. And next, we can keep the faith. Don't lose hope. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is merciful. If you strive towards Him, if you walk towards Him, He will run towards you. And I'll finish off with a saying of Haji Gharib Nawaz rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. He said, whoever wants to escape the punishment of the hereafter, he should obey Allah and fulfill the needs of the poor and destitute, and he should feed the hungry. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grants us the tawfiq to do that. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillah.